All
Do you
right,
want me to keep the 1090?
Yep, you got to sell into the strength of the move at 1090 because you're not above here yet. You've got those crossovers. The robots, the electronic machine versus humans, took that directional movement. It did it several different times early on. Yes, so we will sell the call contracts into the move because until we get ramping above 35, we got to keep the limit order here at 1090, and our entry at 850. It puts us out at 1090 here on those contracts, and that's a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 to the handle. Those electronic robots turn directions when this does. You can see how all the mathematical equations were working perfectly in this breakout. So we've got to continue to run north of that to get these 550 calls that expire this week, that we were 1870 on the high, and our prices were pegged right down there on those lows.
I just sold another one at 1040.
How many? You sold some at 1040, did you?
One.
Oh, nice, nice. I'm at 35. But notice that I've got to keep that going, and I've got to keep that robot is taking that leverage up now. That's when they went down, and that's perfect entries. That whole thing about how they took this thing down today is that we got to be a seller into it no matter what. You got to know when to sell and why to sell into it, and it's growing right there, so we can get that exit on the high. And we got it down to 546, so that's that bottom up. Went top down, 565 put, had to come out of that at the bottom. That 565 put against this 550 call that's going up in value. And let's get back over here to the platform now. Let's watch this move because this has got to go above 35. If not, I will have to sell into it like Ken Flagg did, meaning that we got a nice breakout, and we will sell those calls if this doesn't get north of 35. I'm at 1.10 negative ratio. I got to fall below 1.00. 1.75 negative is where we were buying the bottoms of those trend ratios that are in the market maker application. We're 35 IR. We're continuing at 3. There's the 9. Am I going to get that last one? This has got to go north to 45, and this has got to drop below 1.00. It tags right to the price. There's the change agent happening with minute, period, moving averages, and everything that tells us to stay net long. We don't have to dump it. When we do dump it, we'll dump it for a profit. But right now, we're out to sell at 1090. They're 1050 by 80. Remember, this is not after the fact. This is in the move, and the contracts are the 550, and we're leveraging that trade up. We got to get north of 45. We got to get north of 45. There's a 30 penny spread between 1050 and 80. We have not hit the 1090 out yet. We've had that limit order out there for ever since this breakout started, knowing when to sell into the move and take your profits on those. We stopped. We're right there at a critical area, but we're coming back up. We got that crossover. That's why we're getting that strange, nice, beautiful breakout off of these lows here. That doesn't get any better than that. Brian Plain, throw them out to sell right now. You're at that 36, so you're going to want to go into the move. Let's see what happens here, because we're getting top heavy on this trend, and we have to have this live exit out, that teeny line. And I can tell you here right now that we got to break above 45. We are right at that level. This has to fall below 1.00 and lower. It's at 1.06 ratio right now, and the contracts are 60 cents by 70 cents. We have a nice profit on those, just like we did in the first trade this morning on it. This is our second option trade on it. Buying the bottom and selling into the breakout. Right, MMTs? I got a 1050 by a 1070. I'm at a 1035. I'm going to have to sell into that move. I got a 1060. Who put out the 1060? Who put out that 1060? I'm right at a critical mass. I can't go above that teeny unless that gets above there. This has got to go down toward 1.00. We're at 1.08. That's tying and pegging that price strength right there. 1.07 and lower, we make money, and 35 and higher, we can get above that teeny, and we're holding out for it. But I will tell you right here and now, we have a nice little profit that we are going to sell at 1050 right now. because we're not breaking higher out. We just sold them. There they are, 3 contracts traded at 10.50, and once again, what a doozer. And what do we call that? We call that this right here. Let us not forget that we call that. And knowing when to sell into the move on the top end heavy of that breakout is always the right case to do. And we made a good profit on those calls. It was twice in a row that we did it. Once on the opening bell and once here and now. Google 550 call, intraday breakout, knowing how to sell into strength, knowing how to be a market maker versus a, well, everyone knows what that is.